All right, welcome to the newly rebranded Console Gaming League. Tonight's matchup between Trashcans Kommunism rival tier. Kommunism looking to break above the 500 mark. Trashcans looking to inch that much higher in the division to clinch a playoff spot. I'll be your host, Swift63. Joining me tonight, I've got a whole host of friends, some newcomers, Rook, Kai, and Axion. Joining me this evening, couple of latecomers. Kai's actually going to be doing a lot of the commentating for us this evening. Kai, how are you?
Hello, hello. I'm good. How are you?
Doing great. Thanks for joining me tonight, guys. First map of the evening is going to be Dorado. So starting off on Dorado, Trashcans is going to be on the defense. Kommunism coming out for the attack. I've got my own opinions about Dorado, but I kind of want to hear what you guys have to say about it. Axion, how do you feel about Dorado, man? Do you like this map? Is it one of your least favorites?
I've got mixed feelings. I've got mixed feelings. It sort of depends how the teams are running it. You can run some interesting strats on it. I just don't like it when everyone's having to run one staple sort of. Everyone's just jumping on one strategy. It looks like we're gonna see some interesting stuff here, though.
Pirate ship doesn't do it for you, man?
I really like seeing Doomfist.
All right. You bring up a good point. Dorado's a nice map because a lot of different strats work. You can bring out the pirate ship Bastion if you want. You go full dive, run the bunker strat on the high ground, pick your poison. I'm going to run down the comps here. Looks like Trashcan's going to set up on the high ground, left to right. Headrammer starting off on Ana. Evan Vasquez running the Doomfist. Tragic Event on Zarya. Ryukin on McCree. Main tank Royal Killer on Reinhardt, and then Sparks running the off support with Lucio. Coming out for the attack, pretty similar, but it looks like they're going to run a kind of a full dive with a Sombra. So you've got Winston Diva coming out, utility on the Mercy for him, Killing Spree running Lucio. Yo, frag out on Lucio, dog. Now, Infinite Vexer takes up the high ground immediately on the Genji, waiting for Wonder to get in behind him on that. Sombra, fight starting to break out in the streets here. Kills coming out. Incredible Hero goes down real fast.
Huge pick on Incredible.
Ryukin does go down, so both teams even. 5v5 on the point here. Royal Killer just swinging away in this hallway. Pins back in. Cart stalled out on the hill. Neither team really securing a kill, but ults being charged on both sides. It's a big D-mech.
Roy Killer with the D-mech. That's a powerful one right there.
Yeah, it looks like Kommunism is going to be able to stabilize on the point here. They're going to force Trashcans to back up just a little bit, give ground. Roy Killer with Shatter. Shatter comes out, drops the Winston.
Ooh, bubble too late.
Yeah, misses the pin as he tries to get in here. Damage still being thrown around all over the place. Killing Spree gets one. Blade comes out from Infinite Vexar, but too little too late. Kills going the way of Trashcans, and it looks like they're going to be able to stabilize here. I know you saw a lot there. What were you thinking, Rook? What caught your eye on that attack?
Caught my eye on attack was the initiation on the Diva kill, because once that Diva kill came out, that's where the things started rolling off, that's where ults started going off, and that was basically what initiated that final fight right there for the defense. Basically like a do or die right there, and unfortunately they died. They had to do a hard reset. And it looks like they're going right again, right into the choke, ignoring the point kind of, and forcing everyone back.
Hey man, frag's the name of the game.
Out back.
Would you say he's going bananas?
Isn't quite safe right now. I would call it a monkey madness at this point.
Ult's coming out all over the place here. You got Nano Boost onto the Reinhardt and High Noon from the McCree. Diva Bomb's not going to get anybody, but it does do a pretty good job of zoning. Royal Killer again with another Shatter in his pocket. The one thing I am...
those shatters so fast.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Now, this is going to be critical. Coming in here on this next attack, ooh, I was about to say Wonder's got EMP and hidden in the back line. So if that EMP comes off, not going to be able to use the Shatter to counter-engage. So coming in here for the attack, they've got Sound Barrier, they have Valkyrie, and they've got, EMP in their back pocket. 80% to Blade, that's a huge pick. Tragic Event drops Infinite. They're going to go ahead and Shatter. Shatters into the other Rhine. That Sound Barrier may have been a panic ult. Ryukin does go down. EMP comes out from Wonder, catches a few. Sound Barrier from the opposite side. Kills going out both ways. Massive anti-nade. Secures the kill on Incredible Hero. 5v5 on point here as fight breaks out in the courtyard. gets the riskiest of reses. Gets it off, though. Blade comes out, drops Headrammer. Infinite Vingar is going to go ahead and chase down Sparks. Gets the kill. Evan Vasquez swapping off Doomfist over to Sombra is going to try and stall this point out. And looks like he's going to do a pretty good job of it here, just hiding in the back. Battle Mercy.
Yeah. Already at 85 to EMP. That's going to be huge. EMP definitely wins team fights here.
Yeah. This may come back to bite them. They push forward, try and contest at the door. Yeah, it looks like they're going to get out with their life. Kind of interesting, neither team's running a Brig here. I would have really expected it, especially after that first attack. Seeing the Genji from both sides. Massive EMP, followed up with grabs. Going to go ahead and catch 2 in it. Finishes the kill on Incredible Hero, picks up the kill on Wonder. And it looks like Trashcans may stabilize here as the kill feed turn in blue. Yeah. Interesting
Well, it looks
fight.
like that reset took actually no time at all for the reset right there.
Incredible shatter.
Oh,
Catches
EMP.
3.
Hitting
Paired
that
with the
shatter.
EMP. EMP from... No, wait. Yeah. I was like, what else am I seeing right now? See the blade come out. We drop sound barrier from both sides. Kills going both ways. Fight happening nowhere near this payload. That's what you like to see. Messy fights, but with a purpose. So
It's interesting when you see the team split off that way, 3 on the payload, 3 off the payload, trying to hold off the other 6.
well, I like it that way, you know, because I mean, I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but I'm a big proponent of it because even if you lose the fight, since the fight happened so far from payload, you're still getting some charge. Ooh. Yeah, it looks like they're going to go ahead and secure that kill.
Oh,
Shatter
didn't
comes
complete
out.
the res.
Gets booped away.
Looks like that nano was almost negated because of the charge coming out from Incredible Hero. That was really, really big.
Another blade. Ooh, both supports. This is going to be a different scenario right here.
As a support main, I can attest, hearing a blade is moderately terrifying.
Moderately, it's pretty horrifying. Yeah, a couple of things to think about. I mean, Headrammer. Trashcans held the point there. They were able to stabilize, but they invested a lot. Only EMP in their pocket here. While the Kommunism's coming back in with Shatter. They've got Grav, just finished charging EMP, and Infinite is going to have Blade here for this next engagement. So there's the EMP paired with Shatter. Blade's coming out. EMP from the other side,
There
but
goes
it
almost everything.
too little too late. Overkill's underrated,
Ooh,
man.
both
Sometimes it's about
both
sending a message, and
supports.
Kommunism's
Ouch.
coming in saying they want this point. Yeah, so they're going to go ahead and secure it. They're going to get a little bit of extra time here. Minute and a half on the clock coming into point 3. They used
Point 3 is
just
basically
about...
where it's going to be made or break.
Oh, yeah. And I was going to say
Sorry,
they
you
used
go
just
ahead.
about everything, man, but they still have the Grav. You know, nothing to pair with it, but you put a Grav, catch 2 or 3 people in it, and you get Incredible Hero just swinging that hammer into it. That's all she wrote.
Oh, definitely. Now, I remember from week 1, point 3 was exactly where a lot of teams either made or break. Like, you barely saw any 1-point holds, 2-point holds. It was always on the point 3, whether or not you could defend it or attack it. And this is basically where I think this is going to be going here.
Oh, Shatter comes out, gets booped out of the way, but because of that, no one's there to follow up. Almost a wasted Shatter there. Royal Killer goes down pretty quickly thereafter. Headrammer left out to dry. Only Grav in their back pocket from Tragic Event, but he's not going to be back in point in time to do anything about it. They're waiting here. They're trying to full regroup. Grav in their pocket. Shatter from Incredible Hero is available. Big Shatter catches Headrammer and Sparks. Both supports down. Grav comes out, catches several. Is he going to clutch it? He is. Maybe
That's a clutch right there.
Wow. What?
have yourself a day, Ryukin. Not enough time to recontest. That's going to do
There's
it.
a hidden
So
Sombra, though.
doesn't get there. Backs off just before. So Interesting.
I
So
think you could
leaves.
say the trash cans put a lid on that.
They did, but yeah, you know, I gotta give Kommunism credit there, man. They looked a little rough coming out of point one, but fought tooth and nail, carried this cart to within what 3 meters of the final point,
Very,
man.
very close, yeah.
Oh, that's
Just
incredibly impressive.
oh yeah,
Basically like capping the whole thing.
leaving the door open, man. So, Rox, I know you said as a support main, the blade's horrifying, but I said it earlier, and I'm still a little surprised you didn't see Brig on either side. You know, both Genjis, Infinite and Ryukin, were just absolutely devastating, and it's almost second nature. So I just want to know what your thoughts are, what you would have done in that scenario.
Honestly, I noticed that utility switched from Mercy to Moira when they got indoors, but with how much pressure both Genjis were able to put out, I most likely would have tried to switch to Moira a little sooner. Like, Res is really powerful, but Moira's got that good suck.
Well, Moira's got escape, right? Plus the her orb is pretty much guaranteed damage on a Genji. Pair that with a Brig, you're gonna shut that down right in its tracks. That said, neither
was
team.
really
You
surprised we didn't see
have to
Briggs.
be really careful when throwing an orb at a Genji, though, because he can deflect it.
Truth. I do want to let you guys know it looks like neither team is going to run a Genji here for second phase. So Trashcans coming out, going to run a bit of a modified pharmacy with a Mei on the ground. And Kommunism is going to run the Hanzo on
there's the
defense.
Genji.
So grab Dragons here.
It was a troll.
Oh, Ryukin! So it does swap to the Genji, immediately takes up a position on the high ground, forces Kommunism to drop down, fight them in the streets. Gets a quick pick on Sparks, so Trashcans isn't going to have their Lucio here for a couple of seconds. Good news is short spawn, they'll have him back pretty soon. Infinite Vanguard does go down in the high ground. An aggressive pin in from Royce Killer into the Mei wall. Doesn't get anybody, but does force him to back up. They're going to get through this choke. Yeah, there it goes. Wonder does come back, makes Ryukin pay for killing his equal as on Infinite, and it looks like they're going to push into the zone here. Big shatter comes out. Kill feed turning red here as Kommunism looks like they're gonna stabilize. Gets 5. Mei's gonna be able to get out of there. So no swaps coming in from either team. They're still running Genji. Infinite did swap to Genji for the defense here off of McCree. Not a whole lot in the way of ults to speak of. Incredible Hero did drop Shatter in that last fight. So coming back in here, Headrammer does have it in Nano. I'd really look to see that put on top of his Reinhardt here any second now. No, onto the Zarya. Grab does come out from
There's the
Linquet.
four-man grab.
Yeah, big grab, but the sound barrier from
He
Linquet.
tried to sleep that Zarya that hit the bubble. Feels bad, man.
Ryukin pops Blade, gets Infinite in the Blade. Not able to parlay that into any additional kills. Can't clutch the fight out. Killing Spree going back to shuttle Infinite to a point. It's going to be critical because Infinite does have his Blade this time around. Pair that with Wonder's EMP. Should be able to secure at least one fight definitively. Royal Killer moving his way through the choke here. Important to note, McCree walking around the backside. Evan Vasquez swapping to McCree. Gonna try and get a flank on him. EMP comes out from Wonder. There's the Blade. Gonna go ahead and kill Royal Killer. I don't know where he went. Oh, he died to Tragic. So kills going both ways here. It's unfortunate. Utility trying to die on point. And it looks like they're going to go ahead and move this through. I really, with EMP and Blade, thought that was going to be a pretty easily won fight for Kommunism. But Tragic Event clutching it out, lasers down the Genji. Secures the point for him.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing those EMPs coming in clutch as initiations in this game.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job of communicating the EMP and then actually engaging off of it. Coming into this next point, moving into Streets phase, couple of things to keep in mind. Shatter and Graviton Surge are available for the Trash Cans as they come in here. So would really look to see either them paired together, possibly separate. Wouldn't be surprised to see Royal Killer drop Shatter and then Evan Vasquez Deadeye from the high ground. No! No, it uses Deadeye to drop his opponent. Infinite goes down. Vasquez pays for it with his life. 5v5 coming in here as the payload moves onto the final point.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Barrage here. Yep, there it is instantly.
Can you see into the future?
Maybe just a little bit. Rio can pay for it with his life though, going down.
Mm-hmm. We're first person spectating.
The
I was about to say, we're first person spectating Tragic here because I'm waiting on this grab any day now to secure this point. Can't quite finish the kill on Lucio. Lets the entire team come back and reset from Kommunism. Gets a fat shatter, but a perfectly timed sound barrier from Killing Spree is just going to keep the whole team alive. Pair that with...
Seeing both grabs go out like that was a little insane.
Is that what happened there? I thought it was just where I was in first person.
Yeah,
mode.
Kommunism did
Came
just
out at the
invest
same
4
time.
ults, so they invested the Shatter, the Beat, the EMP, and the Grab right there. That was a lot, so they're left pretty high and dry right now. All they have is Coalescence.
Well, they've got Coalescence.
They almost have Deadeye.
I was about to say they're 85%, 98% to Deadeye. Would really look to see Infinite take up a position on the high ground. The swap over to Widow. Evan Vasquez swaps to Widow for him. There's Deadeye gets Head Rammer, arguably the one target you want in that. Sound Barrier comes out from Sparks. Going to go ahead and top everybody out. Absolutely massive barrage come out from there from Ryukin. It's going to secure the point for him. Big stagger. It's not going to be much of an impact, more than just charging barrage again. 30% already for Ryukin. I say as 408th Wonder makes him pay for it. Now, coming into this last point, it's kind of interesting because they're running Widow Pharah, and neither of those have great effectiveness on this last. Oh, there's the swap. Ryukin swaps back to Genji for him. And then, you know, obviously, right as I say, Widow's not super effective. Starts popping off on foreheads. So, yeah, who knows, man? What do I know? Ooh, did both shatters just drop? Yeah, they did. Both shatters come out.
Yep, both shatters are down.
Ryukin tries to get deep here, pays for it with his life. And it looks like they're gonna have numbers coming in here. 5v3 coming in on the final point. Evan Vasquez click. Oh my God.
On Lucio, though. That'll definitely help stall.
Don't need to stall when the other team's all dead, right? 408th Wonder pushes the payload, keeps the payload alive. Swap over to oh goodness, it's not Hammond, Wrecking Ball. Full stall comp coming
Both
out.
grabs
Both
again.
grabs again. Oh, wow.
Sound Barrier comes out from Sparks, going to try and keep everybody alive, try and brawl this out on point. Huge shatter, catches 2. They're going to go ahead and finish that out. And it looks like that's game.
Yeah, there it is. GG to the Trashcans, man. That was good. Good performance from both teams, so that was great. Very, very exciting game.
So Trashcans comes out with the first map win. So Dorado does go to Trashcans. Next map is going to be oh goodness. What is the next map?
Kings Row?
Kings Row. I'm losing my mind here. So we're going to go ahead and pause for a real quick intermission, get the next map loaded up, double check with the captain, see if there's any subs or updates we need to make, and then we'll be right back with you, everyone. Okay, so looks like
That's why cheese is the best food.
cheese is the best food. So welcome back, guys. So first map in the books, Dorado already finished. Second map on the horizon here is going to be not Horizon. It's actually going to be Kings Row. Here in the console gaming league, we do swap sides. So since last round, Kommunism attacked first, we're going to go ahead and give Trashcans the opportunity to get first attack in here. We know how important it is to set the tone for the match. So we went ahead and swapped it up. Trashcans is going to get the first attack. Kommunism on the defense here, coming in for the hybrid map Kings Row. This is one of my favorite maps personally. I think it's super effective, but this is a great map for Widowmaker. So Rook, I know you were talking Widow last map. How do you feel about Widow here? What are your thoughts, man?
Oh, Widow's going to be a big key player in this one just because of all the high ground options. Like you have on top of the church, you have the balcony on hotel, you have the balcony on pub right there. It's basically a field day for anyone who can actually have an aim and point and click. Looks like here on the attack we're going to have Headrammer on the Ana, Evan Vasquez starting on the Junkrat but possibly switching to the Widowmaker just after. Tragic Event going to the Hanzo with Ryukin on the Bastion. However, I do believe that him and Roy Killer will be swapping before the gates open. Otherwise, this will be a fun game. And Spark going to the Lucio. Meanwhile, on the defense, we have Kommunism starting with Killing Spree on the Lucio, Utility X on the Ana, Incredible Hero starting on the Rhine, Surefour on the Diva, Linquid on the Brigida, first Brigida of the game, and 408th Wonder on the Hanzo. We actually don't have it too many Widow be Widows. We just have Ryokin on the Widow, and even then, it's not that. Oh, she's gone up to the high ground up there, and she's been down by 108th Wonder. Or no, that was Headrammer. My apologies. Looks like fight is continuing on. Kai, as a healer perspective, what would the healers be focused on right now with regards to the Widow site that they need to avoid? Like, what would be going through your head if you were in that situation for the defense?
Avoiding a Widow. I guess mostly trying to just stay behind the shield or down in cover where it's not easy to get picked. Because, like, if Widow manages to pick a healer, especially the main healer, you know, that could potentially lose the team fight.
That's a huge, absolutely massive dragons. Yeah, go ahead, man. What did you see?
I was just about to say the exact same thing. Dragons saved that point at that point for the stalling purposes. It did its job. However, it was too little too late in my opinion, as with the Rhine kill from that initial shatter, that set up Trashcans for the position that they're in right now, with a heavy setback on the defender spawn area. They're going to force them back while they get a lot of free push. Like, this is going to be definitely interesting to see if the defenders can actually get back to the point. Like we saw earlier, we have the separation of the attackers and defenders on the attack. Who's going to be on point, who's going to be on the attack, stalling the defense, that is. Axiom, what are you seeing here that I'm not?
I'm seeing Evan put in a lot of work. He's really zoning the team like Doomfist should be. I really consider Doomfist almost a tank. Like, Doomfist is a tank with DPS, straight up in my opinion. He's making so much space for his team and pushing their team so far back. It's just insane. Oh, we see the dragons coming out from Trashcans. Definitely getting them off the point. You know, I'm thrown for a loop seeing Surefour on Diva, you know? I've never seen Surefour play Diva before.
No,
I watch his stream almost every day. Never seen Surefour play Diva. Absolutely thrown for a loop.
Well, that's a pretty convincing second point right there.
Alright, we see Evan on the high ground, probably looking to jump down on the Ana back there.
Looks like Surefour switch off the D.Va to a Junkrat. Is that more in line with what you're used to?
Not so much. But it's getting there. It's getting there. Huge pick by Incredible Hero on Evan Vasquez. Like I said, I really think the... Okay, huge 3-man shatter. Huge 3-man shatter by Trashcans.
Ooh.
I definitely do like the Zarya swap on both teams. I honestly, in my opinion, when I play Hanzo, I don't really like to play Hanzo without a Zarya, because I feel like grab is just way too much of a necessity when I'm using dragons. I don't feel like my dragons are very effective when I'm not using Zarya.
Yeah, it's not really worth it.
Maybe that's just my
make sure they stay where they are. They can't use the get out of the way move.
Yeah, exactly. We are seeing the Mei come out, stalling purposes. What Mei though? What Mei? Sparks with a huge group off the side.
Oh, here's that grab you were talking about earlier. And that... Yeah, that's a 3-man
That
right there.
poor Wrecking Ball was just eviscerated. Ooh.
The poor he's trying. The hamster tries.
He's doing his
Like
best.
that will be point for the Trashcans.
So pretty impressive play coming out here for Trashcans. One of the things I want to go back to, Axion, you mentioned you called Doomfist a tank, and at first I was about to question you, but then you followed it up talking about his ability to create space and allow the rest of his team to work, and I think that's an important concept. Do you want to elaborate on that a little bit more and why that makes him a tank?
Yes, so so in my opinion, tanks should be making space, especially when you have if you're running dive, if you're running dive Widow, you're making space for the Widow. If you're running Death Ball, the tanks are making space so the enemy team does not jump on your supports. Same sort of thing. But like Doomfist, along with his ability, like all of his CC abilities, his stuns, he also builds up the shields every single time as his every single time he does any ability damage with his as his passive. So Doomfist can get up like a lot higher than any normal DPS can, and like health wise, especially one with that much mobility. So I feel like if Doomfist is played right, he's like the ultimate carry hero, because you can basically play him as like a tanky DPS.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
I agree completely. It creates opportunities and forces the enemy team into engagements that they don't necessarily want to be a part of. But
Exactly.
yeah, you can see the defense starting to set up here. Trashcans looks like they're going to run a pretty standard comp, but this time Ryukin on Bastion. I like what I'm seeing here. Evan Vasquez on the Mei. This should be an absolute pain for Kommunism to come in and deal with. That said, looks like they're going to run triple tank, dual support with a Sombra. Wander has been an absolute nightmare into the back line here. Yeah, it looks like Wander's going to go ahead and try and get in the back. Rook, what are you seeing from your perspective, brother?
My perspective, I'm seeing the I'm seeing the Bastion. Personally, that's been my focus right here. You don't see a lot of Bastion play, but hey, if he thinks it's gonna work, it's gonna work. I'd like to see it work. Honestly, that Mei's getting a lot of action right there. Yep, the Mei and the Bastion just getting a couple kills right there. I think it was a decision that worked. Here we have a tank battle where they're trying to finish off the Zarya or try to stagger her. But the Sombra hacks the Rhine, and yeah, bringing back that Sombra that they know worked on Dorado, it's probably going to pay off for them in the long run to keep running that.
You're exactly right. 3 minutes on the clock here as Kommunism starts to push their way back onto the point, try to recontest. Trashcans saying not today. Gets the pick on Surefour here. Big triple man grab here. Killer Royce just going to go ahead and swing into it. They're not going to invest any ults. Clean that up. They do get the res on Surefour, but yeah, it looks like Utility and Surefour are just going to have to get out of there. A couple of swaps here. Ryukin off the Bastion slides over to McCree. And you see Wonders still in the backline here. Has about a sliver of health, but is sitting on EMP, so would really look to see that used on this next engagement from behind. There it is.
Oh, there it is.
Shatter comes out as well, catches 4. Kills starting to go the way of...
Oh, and even negates the what's it, sound barrier from Spark 4.
Yeah. Yeah, you saw Ryukin there in the
That's
back line. Gets the kill on Sure4. Tries to clutch it out, but Trashcans does an incredible job of just turning as a team and putting him in the grave. So, does get long spawn. This is going to be a 5v6 if they force this fight. Big grab. They're going to go ahead and throw Barrage into it. Swings away from Incredible Hero. Blizzard from Evan Velasquez does come out as well, but it's not going to be enough. Big double kill from Ryukin here, but... Oh, the Bubble of Justice is going to keep Killing Spree alive here. Not for long. Ryukin just tracking him down. Headremmer in his pocket. That is an absolutely massive coalescence. Shatter is available for Royce. Excuse me, for Royal. So if he finds an opportunity here, we might see that come out. Wow. Just outstanding play from Ryukin and Headrammer. The two of them pretty much stabilized that point in Streets all on their own. At least long enough for the rest of the team to come back and lend them a hand. Shatter comes out.
That's both Shatters
Yeah.
right there. Again.
Another high noon.
That was less than a minute right there for Ryukin.
Doing
he's-
a lot of damage, blowing up that eye very, very quickly. And, as soon as I say that, he gets picked. That just absolutely jinxed him, man.
Well, you know, that's the caster's curse, right? The moment we say something, it's doomed. But big EMP from Wonder, catches
big
2.
4-man EMP.
Zarya not able to heal herself. Looks like they're going to get out of there. Headrammer able to keep everyone topped off. Has yet another coalescence here. Looks. It feels like Kommunism is able to get the entire team just like right on death's door. But can't quite finish it out.
You know, we've been seeing a lot of close calls on behalf of Kommunism, where they've almost gotten it, but again, like you said, close but no cigar. You need to finish those kills. You can't just say, oh yeah, I got them half. That's not, your job isn't done when they're half. Your job is done when they're dead.
Yeah, not only that, but if they only manage to get the entire team half, but they can't secure any kills, they're just feeding the enemy support's ult charge.
Exactly.
Couple of swaps coming in here. Ryukin swaps off the McCree and he's going to run Genji now. Evan Vasquez slides over from, what was he, May before, I believe, and he's going to play Doomfist for him. So, little more of an aggressive playstyle, and they're going to hold really far up in this choke. Big grab, catches 3. Blade comes out from Sure4. Not able to secure a whole lot of kills right off that, but they are going to go ahead and clean this up.
Well, they went into this fight with 4 ults. They used 3 of them. Like, it's going to be interesting to see how much they can recover for the next fight coming in.
Yeah, it seems to be a running
We
theme.
have 2 online now. If you look at ult economy, it's going to be 3v2 in this coming fight right here if they're going to want to cap second points.
You're not wrong. But more importantly, look at the ults that they have, right? I mean, Doomfist ult is more of a self-preservation. You can use it with grab if you have it to secure some kills, but it really just allows Evan to be incredibly reckless. He can get into positions and take duels that he wouldn't otherwise try and do, right? Because he's got his get-out-of-jail-free card in his pocket. And there it comes. Shatter comes out from Hero. Oh, that's huge. Killing Spree goes down right off the rips. Blade comes out from Ryukin, picks up the double kill.
Oh. And the kill feed goes red.
Oh, that Doomfist was able to just absolutely disrupt those tanks and wreck them.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. Doomfist is just the ultimate carry hero. No matter what rank you're playing in.
Well, I mean, you know, I'd be careful with like broad stroke generalizations, but any of these high damage, high mobility champions left unchecked can just be absolutely devastating. And I think that's what we saw here. So Trashcans is going to come out of the first 2 maps with 2 wins here. It's going to be huge for them. They come in here, they get the first 2 wins. Here in the console gaming community, we do play all three maps though. So even though Trashcans have taken the first 2 wins, we are going to go ahead and play map 3, which in this scenario is Anubis. Yeah, thanks for the assist. And the reason we do that is because
some of us do our homework.
Whoa. No, totally deserved. But the reason we do play all 3 maps, even if one team takes the first 2 pretty decisively, is we at the end of the season, when season rankings come out, we use your overall map wins and your win differential as the tiebreaker. So we've had a whole lot of teams last season, especially in rival and in the challenger tier. At the end of the season, they missed the playoffs because even though they have the exact same map wins, they may have had less 3-0s and they may have gotten rolled a few more times. So it is important. So we're gonna go ahead and get this all squared away. While we get the rosters updated, I wanna hear from you guys. What do any of you have any thoughts about what we just saw in King's Row, or any adjustments or changes that need to be made coming into Anubis? Rook, we'll go ahead and give you the floor first, brother.
My apologies. I was actually checking the Discord, seeing if there were going to be any swaps.
the important thing to do.
Guard there.
No, sorry, man. I'm throwing it at you. That's a good. You know what? I'm going to use that to parlay into a shameless plug here. If any of our viewers are new, maybe not a part of the community, not a part of the league, check us out. We do have a Discord. If you look down below, there should be a link. Should be able just to join right up. You can message myself or any of the commentators here. We'll get you all squared away once you join. But while Rook double checks with the captains, make sure there's no roster updates or changes, we'll go to Kai. What are your thoughts here?
I don't know. I know Anubis definitely is far roadmap. Far is pretty huge here.
Yeah, it's a good Pharah map, it's a good Widow map, it's a good basically anything map as long as you can be sneaky about it, get the kills.
Yeah, like I said earlier, I really hate maps where you're just locked down to one strategy and everyone has to run that one strategy. But Anubis is not like that at all. Like Anubis, you can run a variety of different things to be very, very successful. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some sort of memery here. really
Some memery. Okay.
Yeah, we definitely know memery.
Well, that's
definitely know some memory, Rook.
That said, these 2 CP maps can be an absolute pain, right? Especially point 2. So one of the things that I really think we need to be cognizant of is, you mentioned it right there at the end, Kommunism really seemed to overcommit or overuse their ults. Their management was a little questionable at times. So I think that might be that could go back to haunt them here, because that's one of the things you really have to have under control when you go into to take point 2 here on Anubis. Should be a good game here. I know we're checking in with the captain, see if there's anything that needs to get squared away. Just a reminder, we do alternate sides here in the CGL, so the same team's not going to attack back to back. So I believe, let me remind myself, Trashcans was on the attack this last time, so they're going to actually be the defending team this time around. Get an opportunity to hold down the fort. While we double check, Rook, have we gotten any subs? Are we making any updates to the rosters from the captains?
Yep, we have Infinite Vexgar in for sure for, and that's the only sub we have on Kommunism, and no subs for Trashcans. They've decided that they've been winning. Why change a good? Why fix something if it ain't broke?
Yep, can't blame them. So it looks like we might have the green light. Do we have the green light from both captains?
Yeah.
Let's get it. So we're going to go ahead and load it up. Get this started. Go ahead and get us launched right in here for Temple of Anubis.
I'm looking to see a lot of Sombra here.
Yeah, I was about to ask
Sombra's
you guys
a
what your
huge
opinions
player.
was. So go ahead and break it down. What
Yeah.
makes Sombra a good pick here?
The EMP is just an insane ability. Like, it wins team fights if you use it in the right spot and your team plays off of it correctly. If it's called out and team totally works around it, you can absolutely wipe another team with it. I think it's one of the strongest abilities.
Hands down. Because it can completely change the flow of the game, right? Even if a team seems to have the upper hand, a well-placed or well-timed EMP can just completely stop an attack or a defense in its tracks. So it'd be interesting to see that broken down here. You see Trashcans on the defense first. Okay, so we did lose a player. Can we go ahead and pause the game?
We do need a pause.
Give us a pause.
Yep.
Ooh,
So
sorry.
here in the so we'll use this to kind of explain some of the rules. So here in the console gaming league, we understand everyone's human. You know, we're not all on LAN. I don't know about the rest of my commentators, but I'm on the East Coast. I know we've got tons of players on the West Coast. We've even got people in the EU. So we're cognizant of that. When players disconnect, and they do disconnect from time to time, we give the team a 3-minute time bank to get their player back. So we've started the clock. We'll give them 3 minutes to get them joined back in. If they don't, then we're going to go ahead and play the map out, man down. When they swap sides, so when oh goodness, I lost my train of thought. Trashcans goes to the attack. If they have a player in the lobby right now, which I believe they do, we can actually sub that player in. So we can put them in the lineup so they get to actually attack with full strength. So we're going to go ahead and give them a couple of minutes here to get their player back. We're going to check in on the Discord. So while Rook is double checking the Discord just to make sure there's nothing going on, I want to get kind of, so we heard Rook's thoughts on Sombra in this map and how effective it is. Axion, I want to know kind of what you're thinking, man. What are you feeling?
Yeah, I mean, Sombra's huge. Pharah is huge, just like Rock said earlier. This is a great Pharah map. Also, Widow. I'm really looking to see some Widow. I know there's some great Doomfist rollouts. Like, there's just a huge variety of what you can run on this map, and that's why I love it so much. It's definitely one of my favorite maps, despite being 2CP.
Despite
2CP, Omega Lol.
So it looks like we do have him back. So we do have Ryukin back in the lobby here. Overwatch custom games are notoriously finicky. So we'll go ahead and start it back up, get this thing back going. Good news is they got 35 seconds, so he'll be able to pick his hero and get back with the group, no problem. Game hadn't started, not going to lose ult charge, so no harm, no foul.
At least it wasn't mid-fight.
I was about to say, yeah. So, silver linings, right?
100% was my bad for not seeing it right away.
I mean, we got it paused within a
Sorry.
second or two. Don't sweat it. So, coming out here for the defense, they're going to run pretty much what we've seen this whole time. So, Headrammer Sparks running the supports, Ana, Lucio, respectively. DPS, you see Evan Vasquez back on the Doomfist, but Ryukin's going to start off on the Widowmaker for him. I really like that pick, especially on defense. And then their tanks should look familiar. Tragic Event on Zarya, Roll Killer, playing Reinhardt. Coming in for the attack, looks like they're going to run just full dive here. You see, we're going to see Wrecking Ball for the first time tonight paired with Diva, Incredible Hero, Linquette, and Quiet. And then you see Utility and Killing Spree running the supports for him. Incredible Hero wasting no time at all is going to go ahead and push through the choke and go straight to point, try and turn the defense around. Kills being traded on both sides here. Ryukin goes down, but Ryukin does get Utility X before he goes. Trashcans falling back to point. They're going to go ahead and play point to defend, not giving up any percentage to Kommunism here as they try to push back in. Eighth Wonder is behind, trying to get off a couple of crucial hacks. Big pick. Quiet gets Evan Vasquez. So 5v6 coming onto point here. Kommunism pushing on with authority. Going to start just fragging out on point. Quiet gets demeched, immediately killed. Headrammer does go down in the back, though. Widowmaker on the top. Ryukin just raining down damage. Even while hacked, manages to get the headshot on 8th Wonder. And what looked like a pretty one-sided fight ends up being a hold. I didn't see what happened there or who ended up fragging out. Did one of you guys?
I know a lot of it was Ryukin, a lot of it was Roy Killer. Like, basically just the heavy damage was able to... Yeah, the tank did his job in zoning everyone into that room where everyone was just within hammer range, and the moment they stepped out, Ryukin just took their heads off. Even when he's hacked, his trigger figure wasn't hacked, he was able to get those kills. Looks like the Lucio booped the Rhine off the high ground right there just as the EMP came in. So that's going to be bad for the defense right there. That being said, they are defending with 4. And it's looking pretty decisive, like looking like another hold.
Yeah, an absolutely massive shatter from Roy Killer. Catches 2, pretty much stops what would have otherwise looked like a bit of a roll forward here. Looks like we're gonna have Doomfist on both sides. Infinite is gonna play Doom for the attack here. Swaps off the Genji. Maybe not having a whole lot of success. They're sticking to it though. They've got a couple of ults in their pocket coming back in here. They have. They're sitting on self-destruct. They're going to have the proximity mines, Valkyrie, and Sound Barrier in their pocket here. And Hammond wasting no time, going to go straight onto the high ground. Vasquez follows it up. Proximity mines do come out. But it looks like half of them fell off the point here. Yeah, Royal Killer doing his job, puts up the barrier, walks through the minefield, pretty much gets rid of it right there. Ryukin with a crispy double kill before he gets taken out by Infinite Vanguard. Yeah, and then Headrammer's going to go ahead and finish that out. So, unfortunate that proximity mines, when they dropped it, fell off the backside of the high ground there. Probably not what they were looking for, but...
I mean, they kind of did their job and forced the defense to focus on the mines instead of the attackers as they went under the bridge. So, they did their job kind of, but not as effectively as they might have hoped.
Yeah, so coming back in here, made a couple of swaps. Incredible Hero off of Wrecking Ball, slides over to Reinhardt. Absolutely massive Diva Bomb from Quiet. Looks like they're going to go ahead and take this point off the back of a huge self-destruct. Spark's doing what he can, try and hold this point. Utility X, though, is just going to go ahead and lock on and drain life. Quiet doing the right thing, going to go ahead and push up, try and prevent the recontest. I don't think they're coming. They're going to go ahead and give point 1. So... here we go on to point 2.
Speaking of swaps,
I think we might
Ooh,
see
Sombra
Sombra.
v Sombra in the left.
Everyone in chat. Huge shatter drops on bridge. Catches 2. Coalescence going to go ahead and follow it up. Try and finish this out. Damage being traded in the corner. No kills as of yet.
That's how you know the supports are doing their job.
Oh, yeah.
They're earning their paycheck today.
Absolutely incredible. They're going to go ahead and pair Grav with Meteor Strike. Picks up the kill on... oh, goodness. On Killing Spree. And this is going to force the rest of the team just full disengage. Sombra's going to try and sneak in over here on the backside. 8th Wonder doing what he can. Now, Kai, what were you saying on that first attack when we started to push in here?
Oh, I was just pointing out. Speaking of the swaps, that is kind of interesting to see that both Kommunism, Mercy, and the Trashcans on both picked Moira.
I mean, I don't think it's a bad idea. Moira offers a whole host of utility for the team in terms of being able to secure these highly mobile kills. While we're talking about that, the Sound Barrier does come out from Sparks, try and keep the team topped off. They're going to go ahead and use it. to repel the incoming attack. I wonder if that was a bit of a bait attack from Kommunism. They hard engaged, sure, invested Coalescence, which is fine, but really didn't do anything else. Now they're sitting on 5 ults in their pocket, 50% back to their own Coalescence, and they got that ever pesky sound barrier. Yeah, so doing the right thing here. Royal Killer going for a risky flank shatter, and he gets it. Massive. He's going to go ahead and land the pin. Double kill on the back of the Mei. Again, though, Trashcans investing another ult that they're not going to have now for this defense. Tragic Event, 86% to Graviton Surge, but Kommunism sitting on everything. Big
initiation.
Huge EMP followed up by the Meteor Strike. Drops 2. 4v6, 3v6 coming onto the point. They're going to go ahead and start brawling out on point. Whole team coming back in. Headrammer pops Coalescence, tries to force it back on, but not enough. Impressive. Is this a different team? This is still Kommunism, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I wonder where this ferocity was, and this ult, like the fact that they saved the 5 ults. I'm wondering where that was 2 maps ago.
That's what I was saying, man. They look like a completely different team. So you're gonna go ahead and swap sides here. Goodness, what am I trying to say? What are the words? Trashcan's gonna get an opportunity to attack here. See if they can't do it a little faster.
For our, oh my god.
Right? Oh my Lanta. So important to note here, Kommunism finished the map with 61 seconds on the clock. So leaving the door open so that if something happens and let's say Trashcans do cap all 3 points but do it in overtime, Kommunism still set themselves up very well. So I think this is best case scenario for them. Obviously, the more time, the better. But if they're gonna have it be a close game, you at least want it to be in your favor. Now, one thing that was that I really liked from both teams is they swapped around a lot. One thing that I thought was really peculiar is they started out with Brig. Both teams were running dive champions, and then they swapped off. Oh man, that's like gotta be like the 25th, 30th time we've talked about Brig now. The whole chat's gonna think that we're pulling for it, but
well, the thing is though, Brig has not been effective at all in this game. Even when she has been here, she's been just tossed to the side, which definitely saying a lot for how they're able to deal with the claimed overpowered physique being that she is.
I definitely think they're honestly tired of her. I'm tired of her too. I don't really want to run her. I'm very, very happy to see both teams are not running Brigitte.
Keep it classic, keep it simple, and bring out the hamster. Come on, let's have some fun here. And they've already put the fight on high ground already. Like they just dove right on there. They didn't even hesitate on that. It's still looking like it's going to be a little bit of a hold there.
yeah. Yep. All right, so a couple things to point out here. So they're running full dive, big blade. Blade comes out from both sides. Ryukin and Infinite Vanguard both pop Blade. Ryukin getting a ton of value out of his. Infinite Vanguard goes down pretty quickly. Quiet gets hunted down in the backline as they're trying to get away. Evan Vasquez swaps to the Tracer. Tracer, Genji, paired with Winston, Diva, Lucio. Mercy is going to be absolutely overwhelming if Kommunism doesn't change something up. They do swap Infinite from Genji over to Bastion, and then immediately over to Reaper. I don't hate that pick. Huge Shatter catches 3. Pair that with a Coalescence and a Reaper in your face. Good night. Yeah. So Incredible Hero holding the line
Reaper's an
here.
interesting pick. You don't see a lot.
Go ahead,
Sorry,
man. Break it
sorry.
down for us.
I was about to say Reaper's an interesting pick. You don't see a lot of him in higher level play like this. It's definitely going to be interesting to see if he's actually going to be able to do his job in burning down those tanks, making sure that their backline is well protected.
Grav comes
Here
out.
comes the grab.
Yup.
The hammer, hammer and the dragons. Doesn't get anyone. Oh, tragic event goes down, and dragon pops out. But again, we're not seeing any kills from the ults. It's just the characters.
Reaper did
It's just-
manage to get the mercy though. Could be huge.
Yeah, we do see that big death blossom. I think that's definitely going to be the end of the fight right there. Yeah, it's already over.
Yeah.
Both teams
That's
did
a hard
invest
reset
lot
right
of
there.
ultimates into that, and we do see the swap from Trashcans over to the run Zarya instead of dive. That's definitely a
Ryukin
good
back on
swap
the
when you're
Widow.
trying to dive into a Reaper.
Yeah, it looks like they're swapping all over the place. So we're running we're running Ryan, Widow, what is that, Ana and Zarya now. So they're gonna lose a little bit of ult economy in doing that, but 4.5 minutes on the clock, plenty of time for them to charge it back up. Huge counter pin.
Looks like the defense are holding again.
Well, I mean, they Trashcans may have gotten a little bit of a tunnel vision, may not have just fully understood that the what they were doing, but they charged headfirst into a tight space against a Reaper and a Reinhardt, and they made him pay for it. So, oh, huge pulse grenade comes out from Evan, gets 8th Wonder there on the Hanzo. But killing spree, living up to his name, frags out on the Tracer. This is going to even the fight to a 5v5 here. Infinite doing what he can just to try and keep the stagger alive, getting on the back line. You can see here, Incredible Heroes sitting on Shatter. They've got Coalescence in their back pocket and Sound Barrier. I'd really like to see that Sound Barrier held for possibly for the Grav, maybe for the Nano Boost. We'll see. They've got the Grav of their own, Quiet sitting on it in their pocket, and they have Dragons. So wouldn't be surprised to see Grav Dragons come out on this next fight. There's the Grav. Dragons is coming out, but with the assist from Incredible Heroes swinging away, it's going to be enough to end that. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, they ended that decisively with 3 ults in their pocket still.
Again, managing their ult economy way better than we've seen them do in prior fights. But I really want to give them credit there for Infinite Vinegar. All right, man, we'll call him Infinite Vinegar from here on out. I want to give him credit. Incredible Hero understanding that he needed to swing into that grab rather than just allowing the Dragons to do the work for him. Trashcans trying to make something happen here. They're going to push through small entrance on the right side, try and take up space, maybe set up a bunker on the back corner here. Ooh, Ryukin engaging early. He's going to go ahead and get picked off. And it looks like Trashcans doesn't really know what they want to do. Some of them are engaging, some of them are backing off. Royal Killer gets a huge double kill, but the rest of the team had already completely disengaged at that point. The benefit there is that Royal Killer was able to charge Shatter. So 2 minutes on the clock, plenty of time here for a couple more fights. Gets that fat Shatter, Ryukin's at 80%. They can really make this happen.
Ooh, smart play on the Zarya right there, popping in behind them to do the grab so that they didn't actually see it off the get-go. And that's almost a team wipe right there with Ryukin just way in the back from respawn.
Yep. That'll do it, right? Now I do want to say that I keep seeing his name first there on the left. Trashcans has done a pretty good job of charging ults of their own. So they're gonna have Sound Barrier, Blade, Grav, and Nano for this next fight. So look to see a whole lot of insanity. Sound barrier comes out. There's the grab. Here comes Blade. Shatter on the backside.
Every single ult.
Yeah, huge double kill from the Blossom. Coalescence is going to burn down Sparks. This fight could be winnable if they get back on point early.
This could go either way.
45 seconds on the clock. Trashcans has time, if they play their cards right, to get back onto the point. That said, they've invested everything. Only Deadeye in their pocket.
30 seconds remaining.
That last fight right there, you want to put that under the definition of controlled chaos because that was like a ballet. Complex but precise.
That's a heads-up play right there. The Maywall to split Royal Killer. They're not going to have their main tank for this last push. They're going to have to come in man down. Tragic Event goes down. Hainu comes out on the side. Oh, man, it's just a complete breakdown in communication. Yeah, this is going to take a miracle here. Ryukin gets shattered. Headrammer dies by collateral damage. And then it looks like Royal Killer's just going to be bounced and booped away, so he's not going to be able to actually come back and contest. So a big turnaround from Kommunism. Impressive.
I wonder if that had anything to do with the swap from bringing Infinite Vinegar back on the roster.
Hey, it could, man. You know, sometimes all it takes is that one guy coming in, maybe has a different idea, a new strat. Who knows? But whatever it was, it definitely worked for him, and impressively. So, well played from both teams.
That was a fantastic game.
Yeah, man. So, do you want to give us your thoughts on the game? I know I've got mine, but I want to hear yours.
Oh, I'm glad we played the third map because we wouldn't have gotten to see the joy that was that Anubis game. Oh my goodness. Just seeing like the shift from game 1 to game 3 on the side of Kommunism. Just seeing how they were a little shaky off the beginning, but by the time they hit map 3, they had their stride. They knew what they were doing, and just seeing the ult economy where Trashcans would invest 4 ults, they just invest 2 and keep the point. Like, that was impressive. Those are my thoughts on that.
I think you hit the nail on the head there, man. Kai, do you want to give us kind of your thoughts, what you thought of all 3 maps? Give us a quick rundown.
I mean, it definitely was like a really good game. It was super fun to watch. I personally am in Carbon tier, so I feel like I learned a lot about how like higher ranked people play their roles.
Well, I mean,
that's fun.
I was gonna say, like, you know, it's interesting. It's interesting to hear you say that, because it's, you know, when you're hindsight's 20/20, right? And as spectators and commentators, we've got a view of the battlefield, a view of the comps that the players may not. So you do get a little extra insight and a little I kind of see into what the players are thinking, so to say. So I think you're exactly right. Real quick, we're gonna go ahead and shameless plug. If you guys are new to the community, we did just convert over. We used to be Xbox exclusive. Now we do have members of the community on the PlayStation 4. So we're in the works now of trying to get some support, some communities, some games up and running for the PlayStation, so we can make sure we have all the teams supported. We've currently got some Destiny channels where we've got some Destiny tournaments and gameplay in the works, and I believe the plan is to have Call of Duty and a couple of other games come online. So you like games, you play on a console with a controller, or, you know, if you just like games and want to come hang out, join us in the Discord down below. Follow us on Twitter. Drop us a follow here on Twitch. We really appreciate it. And if you think we were hilarious, give us a sub. If not, blame Jay. It's his fault. So with that, before we sign off, any last words from you guys? Any final thoughts, closing comments? The floor is yours. All right, so we'll go ahead and close out here. I've been your host, Swift63. Yeah, joining me this evening has been Rook, Axion, and Kai, some of the new members of our stream team and the stream community. So be on the lookout. These are faces you'll see all the time. So thanks for joining us. Till next time, keep grinding, guys.